has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast.
Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money.
It's Ferrall. Coast to coast.
So you're saying, Bobby, don't talk about my onions? Because the epididymis, the elephant, don't do it. Because it twisted and it got. All right. This guy, honestly, I remember when he was cool. I really do. And then he had all these kids and everything and got old. And then, there's like a curve that you hit. It's almost Formula One type. He hit a curve and then hit the wall. And then he stopped me and go he used to let me do this stuff. If I wanted to talk about my onions, he'd let me do it. And now, and then you hear that right there, Joe. You heard that comment from Luke. He was like all in on just do it. But I'm not going to do it because I got to promote the app, the SportsGrid app on iOS and Android. It's free. Download it. You're going to love it. In-game odds. It's got everything. You can watch the network, listen to the network, follow your favorite hosts like Carver High at the hospital with his onion problem. Wait, are we? Don't slide. No jokes. Okay. Did you know we're streaming on X right now, this very minute? In fact, Carver High's watching us in the ER. Wait, don't. That also falls in trouble. Okay. Streaming at SportsGrid-Live. Hey, did you know you can get the Ferrall Coast to Coast and Ferrall on a Bench podcast on iTunes every day, Monday through Friday? And I think you'll enjoy. There's 2 programs. Oh, we love the program, Ferrall. Pass me my poor moles. Anyway, the lineup for tonight on SportsGrid Television is as follows. Front of Sports today at 6:30. It's GTD with the Kevin Walsh. And then at 8, it's the original OG in-game live with Scott Wetzel and Dave Sherapan. At 10, it's Sports Rage with Morenzi. On SportsGrid Radio, I'm guessing it's Lisi with all of the problems that have been going on around here with everyone's health. So I'm guessing it's Joe Lisi tonight at 8. That's like taking the Angels at plus 127 for just a stabbing westward, bet. I'm going to bet on Lisi without Carver tonight. That's my guess. Maybe, though, Carver High will be home. Maybe he'll be home and still able to perform under tremendous strain and difficulty in his underwear. Don't talk about... Okay, go back to Joe. All right, that's what they're telling me. Don't talk about people's underwear. All right. The Twins beat up the A's 10-4 in Sacktown. I hit this bet as well. Documented on SportsGrid. It's better to be on SportsGrid. Minnie scored 6 in the second. Byron Buxton, say that 5 times on a bottle of Belvedere. 2 for 5, 2 hits, 5 RBIs, a run. Ty France, 3 of 5, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Imagine that during the French Open, no less. Ty France getting involved. Severino, once again, when he pitches at the place in West Sacktown, this minor league ballpark with the people sitting on the hills, the children have eyes. Your boy gets lit up every time he pitches at home. I mean, his ERA at that place is literally like 12. That's how bad he's been. Here's Buxton, a 2-run single in the 6th. That put the Twinkies up 8-4 on Twins TV.
Let's see if Buxton, though, can deliver. Hard hit, right side into right field, a base hit. Clemens scores. Here comes Ty heading home. The throw is up the line, and Buxton knocks in 2. And a clutch 2-out, 2-run swing from number 25. And it's an 8-4 Twins lead.
What do they call that place, Joe? Sutter something? What's the name of it? That ballpark?
Sutter Health Park. Yes. And they're very good there, Scotty. They're 9-20 at Sutter Health Park so far this year. And they've only lost 18 of their last 19. So good luck with that, Athletics. They're going to be there for the next 3 years, by the way, Scotty, maybe more. They got to figure out a way, I don't know, to win some games at home. That would be great, Athletics.
Listen, but I have to admit, you've seen the ballpark, right? Like they all sit out there on the hills. They're all just, it's $25 and you can sit out there and just get hammered. And you're there with your, like you're at the summer concert series down at Meisner Park.
Watching the wallflowers. I'm just saying, it's been known to happen. It has that vibe, Scotty. It certainly has that vibe.
That was the line of the day so far. I told Gabe, don't tell anybody you went to see.
Oh, poor Morency. Oh. Oh, God. I can't. Sutter Health.
All right, wait. Stop it, Joe. I'm sweating now. I just want to say I laughed so hard I started to say I may be having a stroke. The Rockies beat the Marlins in Miami in front of 2 people to finally get to 10 wins. The Rockies scored 5 unanswered. It's the first 5 runs they've scored this season. After the Marlins went up 4-1 in the second inning, Hunter Goodman 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs, 3 runs, 2 home runs. I've never heard of him, but here he is hitting a home run, his second home run of the game on Rockies TV that nobody watches.
And this ball is launched again to center field. Going back is Myers, watching it sail out. Hunter Goodman has just put the Rockies in front. 5-4 Colorado. Number 9 for Goodman.
I thought it was Todd Goodman. Goody, the college basketball analyst. I didn't know who that player was, actually. Yankees closer Luke Weaver is put on the IL with a hammy. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. That's what I call a vacation. And they activate Jazz Chisholm off of the IL. Ooh. I got to tell you, Joe, the other day when DJ LeMahieu had 4 hits, I had to call my doctor. I thought I was going to have to get a refill on Percocet. The guy had the first 4 hit games in 2016 or something like that. That's how bad he's been.
Yep. It's been a hot minute, and he's another guy. Enjoy him while you can, Scotty, because you and I both know it won't be long before something gets tweaked and he's back on the IL, unfortunately. One of the game's great pure hitters just couldn't stay healthy over the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I don't believe he was ever healthy. I think he was on the leaded. But I'll say this, it was not 2016, it was 2021. In fact, I remember now, I read it this morning. Sometimes I forget, but it was 2021. So it was like 4 years ago that he actually had 4 hits in a game. He hasn't had 4 hits since 2021, let alone 4 hits in a game. So, listen, I'm proud of him. If he can start hitting the ball again like he used to, we always think that he hit the ball because he was on the gas, because he led the league in hitting, and then he turned into a 190 hitter. How is that possible, Joe? I just don't know. But the D-backs placed Corbin Burns on the 15-day DL, IL, whatever you want to call it, with right elbow inflammation. He signed a 6-year, $210 million deal in the offseason. I do not believe for 1 minute that is accurate. I do not believe that he's got inflammation in his elbow. I think on Saturday, whatever it was, Saturday or Sunday when he pitched, I think he blew his elbow out. And I think we've yet to hear the full story about, I believe that we're going to hear about Tommy John any day now. This is an initial, let's put him on the IL, figure out what's wrong, and then they're going to tell us that his season's over. Do you believe that?
Yeah, Scotty, I saw the when they had called timed out when he was pitching in that game, and if you read lips, he was basically saying, my elbow is done. And that's basically what he told the catcher. So, yes.
That's it.
I was going to say, yep.
It's not going to get any better at all. When we come back, we're going to get all the plays for tonight around the majors, and it's a lot better than last night's crappy 7 games.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Falcons are actually relieved that he's kind of not there to create more of a distraction. Look, I mean, I said it the day it happened. It was one of the stupider decisions I've ever seen by a professional NFL franchise to sign a quarterback to a $180 million contract and then draft his replacement exactly 5 weeks later. This was a terrible organizational decision by the Falcons. Now, they're going to spin this, and this is what's annoying about the Falcons and their PR staff. They're going to spin this as if this is the plan we had all along. This is the plan that when, Kirk Cousins either got hurt or didn't play well or got too old, we were going to have Penix come in. And guess what? The new plan is now we're going to keep Kirk Cousins as a backup. So if Michael Penix gets hurt, we told you so. We were right for keeping him on the roster. We were smart for keeping him here. No, this whole thing has been an abject disaster.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Steelers' interested in Aaron Rodgers as a joke. Your boy went off about the entire situation and why it taken so long to forget him. Terry Bradshaw getting involved.
Yeah, and saying basically, what are you bringing him in for 1 year? All of this drama for 1 year at this guy, where he is now in his career is he's washed.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Joe, let's do tonight's games, and we'll both, you pick it, I'll pick it, and I'll tell you if I'm with you or not. We'll start with Colorado and Miami, and the matchup in South Florida has Dollander against Alcantara. Who do you like there?
I mean, well, I liked Miami last night, and they laid an egg. I'm going to go back with them reluctantly here tonight, Scotty, just simply because if there's one team Alcantara can actually beat in his career, it's always been the Rockies. And if I think a team that's only won 4 games on the road is going to manage to put back-to-back wins together, I have a hard time with that. So it would only be Miami or pass for me in this one.
All right, so they're at around minus $175. I would say for my money, I'm going to go run line at plus 121 with the fish. And then let's go Houston and Pittsburgh at PNC. It's Skeens Day. Paul Skeens against McCullers, who's hired private security to protect his family after death threats. Skeens minus $161. 7 is the number. You can run line it. Pirates minus a 1.5 at plus 140. I'm not sure the Pirates can beat anyone by 2 runs. And then McCullers getting a 1.5 is minus $167. Houston to win it plus 135. Who do you like tonight in Pittsburgh?
Well, I mean, Pittsburgh actually had a decent 500 West Coast trip there, Scotty, where they actually figured out how to score some runs against Arizona and company. Is that going to translate back east now that they're home? Probably not. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Anytime Skeens pitches, it's a first 5 under for me, Scotty, and it's a first 5 under here as well. I think the number is 4. I don't see a whole lot of offense from either of these two teams tonight.
Yeah, I like Skeens and his 2.1 ERA. McCullers has been giving up 5 runs a game. I'll take the Pirates. I don't think it's that hefty a price. When you got that guy going, and every time he goes, it's 1 or 2 runs. I've seen him get lit up, though. I saw him give up 5 runs in St. Louis, almost fell over. But I'll take Skeens. I thought he looked fabulous out west. All right, let's look at the next one. We got Chicago and Washington. Chicago minus $141, 9.5 the total. Washington at plus 119. The Nats have been playing pretty well. Williams going. Trevor Williams with a 5.6 ERA against Horton. Cade Horton going. He's 2-0 with a 3.9 ERA for the Cubs. Cubs lead the Central. They're on the road tonight in D.C. Who do you like there?
They're also one of the best scoring teams on the road, averaging a little more than 6 runs a game on the road here, Scotty. And listen, Cade Horton is a rookie. He's already pitched a couple of games here. He went on the IL, throws a ton of fastballs. The problem is, like you said, Washington offensively has been crushing it. They have a terrible bullpen. But I don't see any reason to sweat an under out here, Scotty. It feels like there's going to be runs in this game on both sides. I'll take the over.
Fair enough. And I'll take the 1.5 on the run line at minus $136. I don't think it's that bad. Williams gives up runs, but the way you said it, the way they're hitting, Bell is hitting, the Wood Doctor is hitting. I'll take that 1.5. And I think the Nats are going to upset them tonight. I'll take them at plus $119 over the Cubs in D.C. All right, the next game we have is Philly and Toronto, north of the border. The Jays are coming off a 4-game sweep, and they've moved into second place in the AL East. They're a home dog to the Phillies. Phillies minus $134, Toronto plus 114. Dirty Sanchez going for Philly. Francis for Toronto, north of the border. He's been awful, 2-6 with a 5 ERA. Who do you like here, Phils or Jays?
And call me crazy. By the way, Harper is playing in this game. There was a question mark whether or not that elbow, if he was going to play. He is in the starting lineup here tonight against Francis in Toronto. Listen, Toronto's bats have quietly exploded all of a sudden at home, scoring a ton of runs over the last couple of weeks. They're crushing left-handed pitching.
Right.
I think Philadelphia will be able to score some runs as well. I think it's an over. 8.5 is the total, Scott. I think that's way too low.
I like the over, and I like the Jays again. They have been winning. They have been hitting home runs. They've been scoring runs. And Philly just got swept by the Brewers in Philadelphia, no less. Give me Toronto plus 114. All right, Cleveland and the Yankees in the Bronx. Bibee against Rodon. I actually bet this one today. I'm going to throw it out there right now. I bet it on the run line with Rodon. He's been great at home. Bibee's been getting beat up. His last 4 starts, he's been awful. His ERA's been huge. Tuesday pitched, he lost. He just hasn't been doing well, and Rodon has been fantastic. Not only that, the Yankees have been incredible in the Bronx. So I laid the 1.5 at plus 109.
I agree with you. I even took him in the first 5 as well, Scotty. I laid a half a run with the Yankees. You're not hitting Rodon. The Guardians don't hit for power. You're not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with this Yankees lineup when you can't hit home runs. So, yeah, I like that. Yankees first 5 as well as the full game run line.
So Boston has Scott Baio going tonight, the former Child star, against Kikuchi, whose ERA is great. Too bad they don't ever score runs for him. Every time he pitches, they do nothing. I'm on Boston tonight at Fenway after they got beat last night.
Give me the over. I mean, these two lineups, these two bullpens have shown the ability to be able to put runs. It's going to be a pretty nice night, I believe, in Boston tonight. So wouldn't be shocked to get a double-digit final score here.
Yeah, I guess the only guy I'm going to worry about is Trout. The way he tore the cover off the ball last night and the way he was driving in runs and hitting, 450-foot bombs to left center over the monster, basically. I'm worried about him. We got 9 more games to go on the docket tonight in Major League Baseball. We'll hit those with the mayor of Miami, Joe Ranieri, coming up.
Falcons are actually relieved that he's kind of not there to create more of a distraction. Look, I mean, I said it the day it happened. It was one of the stupider decisions I've ever seen by a professional NFL franchise to sign a quarterback to a $180 million contract and then draft his replacement exactly 5 weeks later. This was a terrible organizational decision by the Falcons. Now, they're going to spin this, and this is what's annoying about the Falcons and their PR staff. They're going to spin this as if this is the plan we had all along. This is the plan that when, Kirk Cousins either got hurt or didn't play well or got too old, we were going to have Penix come in. And guess what? The new plan is now we're going to keep Kirk Cousins as a backup. So if Michael Penix gets hurt, we told you so. We were right for keeping him on the roster. We were smart for keeping him here. No, this whole thing has been an abject disaster.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple 18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Steelers' interest in Aaron Rodgers as a joke. Your boy went off about the entire situation and why it's taken so long to forget him. Terry Bradshaw getting involved.
Yeah, and saying basically, what are you bringing him in for 1 year? All of this drama for 1 year at this guy, where he is now in his career is he's washed.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Unbelievable. Like I said, how old's Thibodeau? And Joe's like, he's 70 or something. I said, I don't think he's that old. He said he's upper 60s. And then Luke said he's 67. And I said, I'll be 60 next month. And I said, Joe, how old are you? And he wouldn't answer. Like, I think he was going to lie about his age, Luke. At one point, he was like, hold on a second here. I'm like, who does that? Like, were you really going to lie to us about how old?
Well, I'm old enough to actually almost have forgotten how old I am, Scotty. So, because that's exactly what happened. So I had to think about it and do a little math, and I got totally confused. So I'm that old. That's how old I am.
All right, let's go to Milwaukee and Cincinnati tonight at Great American. Peralta and Green. Now, I don't know, man. Peralta's great, and Green's their best pitcher. Do you get in front of this hot 8-win Brewer team plus $1.08 for a team that's won 8 in a row? Give me the Brewers.
Scotty, amen. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. These Cincinnati Reds have become, they either score 9 runs or they score none. And now they got to go up against Peralta, who's been phenomenal for the Brewers. Why step in front of this train, Scotty? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They were plus money last night. They're plus money again tonight. I'll keep riding them.
All right, Texas, Tampa at Steinbrenner. Everyone loves Molly against Rasmussen, who's got a brilliant 2.3 ERA, but everyone loves Molly's got a 1.6. I'm actually going Rangers, and everyone loves Molly at plus 123 money at Steinbrenner. I'll take the Rangers.
I don't trust either offense here, Scotty. I think these are 2 really solid pitchers. Both of these teams have had some issues scoring runs. I got no problem taking the under 8 in this one as well. Wouldn't shock me if the Rangers pull out the win in this one.
I don't know what it is. They've won 13 straight at Chicago, the Tigers. It's unbelievable. They pounded them 13-1 yesterday. Today you got Brisky Beef, Bubby Brisker Beef against Shane Smith, whoever the hell that is, for the White Sox. Detroit minus $1.66, Chicago plus 140. The number's 8.5. There's no way I'm not taking the Tigers against that crappy team.
Yeah, Brisky will be the opener, and then they've got another rookie that they're throwing out there for the Tigers. And listen, I can't think of a better team I'd rather pitch against for my first start than the Chicago White Sox. So,
right.
I think Detroit is going to score some runs here regardless. Smith is really good, though. He's actually the best player and pitcher on that team, but I still don't think it's going to be enough here. I still think Detroit gets it done.
Yeah, I'm run lining Detroit. Screw Smith, and it's even money. Yeah. I'm just not in fear of the White Sox at all. I-70 series, Kansas City and St. Louis, Lorenzen and Pallant at Busch Beer. Kansas City's plus $1.27. St. Louis minus $1.51. You got Pallant with a 4.2 ERA. Lorenzen the same thing, but Lorenzen never wins. And the total's 9. I actually like St. Louis here tonight and Pallant at home.
Yeah, I mean, both bullpens are, they're top 12, top 15. So I kind of tend to agree with you here. I think St. Louis at home, that's how they win games. Neither of these teams hit a ton of home runs. I'll take the under 9 tonight, Scott, in this one and say we got a little lower scoring game.
All right, so I missed one of them. It was Arizona and Atlanta in Hot Town. Gallon of milk against Strider. Gallon plus $1.39 got lit up by the Pirates. Strider minus $1.65 at home. He's still 0-3, hasn't got it done. But I'm going to take the Braves tonight over the Diamondbacks. I saw the Pirates score 10 runs on Gallon.
Mm-hmm. And and that bullpen of the Diamondbacks is hot trash, Scotty. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think Strider finally gets one. A W tonight, and I think without a doubt the Braves get to Zach Gallen and get to that bullpen and score some runs tonight.
So I have 4 more games to do, and then we actually have Carver High's Taters, so we'll do that as well when we come back. All of his home run picks for tonight that you can get your hands on. We're talking baseball, then we'll get into, again, the Thibodeau firing and the NBA Finals with Joe Ranieri.
Falcons are actually relieved that he's kind of not there to create more of a distraction. Look, I mean, I said it the day it happened. It was one of the stupider decisions I've ever seen by a professional NFL franchise to sign a quarterback to a $180 million contract and then draft his replacement exactly 5 weeks later. This was a terrible organizational decision by the Falcons. Now, they're going to spin this, and this is what's annoying about the Falcons and their PR staff. They're going to spin this as if this is the plan we had all along. This is the plan that when, Kirk Cousins either got hurt or didn't play well or got too old, we were going to have Penix come in. And guess what? The new plan is now we're going to keep Kirk Cousins as a backup. So if Michael Penix gets hurt, we told you so. We were right for keeping him on the roster. We were smart for keeping him here. No, this whole thing has been an abject disaster.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Steelers' interest in Aaron Rodgers as a joke. Your boy went off about the entire situation and why it taken so long to forget him. Terry Bradshaw getting involved.
Yeah, and saying basically, what are you bringing him in for 1 year? All of this drama for 1 year at this guy, where he is now in his career is he's washed.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
All right, turning the corner and heading for home on a terrible towel Tuesday with Joe Ranieri and Ferrall in New York. All right, Baltimore and Seattle tonight at T-Mobile in the Pacific Northwest. Sagano against Kirby's Dreamland. Seattle minus $142 and 7.5 is the number. Kirby has just come back. Of course, he's 0-2. Sagano has been decent, 4-3 with a 3.2 ERA. Remember, Joe, the Orioles came off a weekend sweep, their first of the season. Can they do any damage in Seattle?
Well, I think Kirby he's had a couple of starts and coming back off the IL. It hasn't been great, but you expect that for a guy that hadn't pitched all year, coming off an injury. Seattle's a tough place to score runs. It's a tough place to win. I like the under. It wouldn't shock me that Baltimore keeps it going here, but I don't think there's going to be a ton of runs in this game, Scott.
I think Kirby will finally win a game, and they'll beat the Orioles. The Orioles had the sweep at home. They'll go on the road and do what they've done all year, which is lose. All right, the next game is San Diego and San Francisco at Oracle. Burgert, whoever that is, against Raup. San Francisco minus $163 and 7.5.
Yeah, it's listen, the problem here for the Padres is they're in a tough spot. They've burned all their high-end leverage guys out of the bullpen. Suarez, Jason Adam. They've pitched 3 out of the last 4 days here, so they're going to need this rookie to give them some distance here. The good news is the Giants can't hit water if they fell out of the boat. So I'm good with another under here, Scotty. I told you with these two teams, runs are hard to come by. I think they're hard to come by again in this one.
Fair enough. So I'll take the Friars in the plus 136. Why not? Yep. They did it last night. Why not tonight against this kid? All right, the next one is Minnesota and the A's. I'm not even going to think twice about it. Give me the Twins.
Scott, give me the over. I am not sweating out an under at Sutter Health Park, home of the Wallflowers. Not doing it. Give me an over.
Yeah, it's Lopez over Libido for me and the Twins. All right, and then at 10:10 on TBS tonight, you got the Mets and Dodgers again at Chavez Ravine. It's McGill-Cuddy against Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw minus $142. 9 is the total. You can actually watch this one on national television.
Yeah, which is great, but I think the Mets have an advantage early in this game, Scotty, with Kershaw not being his usual self. McGill has been very good. I think the Mets in the first 5 at plus money is not a bad look.
Yeah, look, I bet him last night and won, and I'm not going back there again. I'm going to take the Dodgers and Kershaw with the curveball going. He's been steadily getting better a little bit each start. He had some stuff the other day that was unhittable 5 days ago, and I'm going to go Dodgers here to even this series up at 1 apiece, a 4-game series in Lipstick City. All right, it's time for all that matters, which is Carver High's taters. Tater time. We have all of his picks. Rice-A-Roni at plus 350 tonight against Cleveland. Isn't it Cleveland? I think I got that right. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. It is Cleveland. And then Spencer Torkelson against the White Sox, 4-1 for Big Torque. Shea Langeliers of the A's at the Sutter Wine, plus 430. And then how about your boy Vladdy Jr. at the same price, plus 440 at home in Toronto. And then Freddie going yardage at plus 520. You got to be kidding me, giving me those numbers at the Ravine, plus 520 with Freddie Freeman. And the young kid, Caglianone in his first start with the Royals in the I-70 series, going to Bush at 6-1, Joe. He's got him jacking one in his first major league game.
Kid's a beast, Scotty. I mean, if you've seen this kid swing and you saw him in college, I know Carver loved him in college. I think this is going to be very interesting. It's an interesting matchup against the Cards, but it wouldn't shock me if the kid explodes right out of the gate for the Royals.
Wow. And so you have no problem at all. I saw some people thought it was a bad move to bring him up. And I thought to myself, why the hell not? They're not scoring. They're not hitting. The only guy on the team that does anything is Witt. They're basically having a terrible season. At the end of the day, they were better last year. Would you have made this move or not?
Listen, I mean, you've sold the fan base that you're in it to win it. You've got a great starting pitching staff. The bullpen has been solid, Scotty. The only thing you need is an extra threat in that lineup that can actually drive some runs home. I think it's absolutely worth the shot bringing him up. What's the worst thing, Scotty? He goes 0 for 23. You send him back down. No, you're no worse off than what you were prior to bringing him up.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. They're 2 games over 500. There's worse things to be on June 3rd than a couple games over 500. I don't have a problem with the move. And I don't know exactly where they were last June 3rd. But, I mean, everyone was talking about Witt, was going for the MVP last year against Judge, right? So they were exciting. They've been exciting with that kid Witt on this team. So let's see what Caglianone can do to help their bats. And everybody's predicting big things when he's at that ballpark, hitting balls into the fountain. Let's see what he does at Busch first. All right, getting back to the Tom Thibodeau story. The thing that's amazing to me is, I mean, is there anything better than getting fired and they owe you $30 million? Like $30 million. He's going to get every penny of it. And I got to tell you, I just got to be honest with you. Like, if somebody gave me $30 million to go away, I'm going to be real comfortable with that setup, that arrangement. I can work with that. $30 million to go away and never be heard from again. I am all for that plan. Now, most guys get that money and they still want in. They want to get back in it. That's what they do. They coach. They want to get back in the circus. Not me. If I've already coached as long as he has, Joe, and they gave me $30 million, I would be gone. G-O-N-E. Gone, baby girl. See ya.
I mean, they just gave him an extension, I believe, last year, right? So he was locked up and guaranteed the money through 2027. Okay, you want to move on from the guy that just took your team to the Eastern Conference Finals. I get it. But if I'm Thibs, I'm more than happy to take that money and ride off into the sunset, and you never got to see me again. I'm good to go. Thanks, New York Knicks. I appreciate it.
So look at this. A guy like Michael Malone gets fired after winning an NBA championship. Tibbs takes him to the Eastern Conference Finals, playoffs in 4 of the 5 years, 56% winning percentage. Remember Marty Schottenheimer, what he won, 14 games and they fired him? Like, is coaching in college and pro sports the worst job in America, or is it the best job based on everyone gets a 4 or 5 year deal when they sign their deal and they get rich no matter what? Even in firing, look at this guy going away with a $30 million golden parachute. How can you say coaching isn't fun when you get that kind of money now in today's NCAA and, pro sports?
Yeah, and that's the problem, Scotty, right? The game has changed. The players have changed. There's no loyalty. There's no building a roster of players that know what it's like to play with one another over time. It's not easy. And Thibs is from a generation that, he's a very loyal and stubborn guy. We've seen that in Chicago and Minnesota. We saw it with the Knicks. There had to be some rumblings in order to fire him coming into this day.
We'll talk about the finals next with Joe Ranieri on C2C.
Falcons are actually relieved that he's kind of not there to create more of a distraction. Look, I mean, I said it the day it happened. It was one of the stupider decisions I've ever seen by a professional NFL franchise to sign a quarterback to a $180 million contract and then draft his replacement exactly 5 weeks later. This was a terrible organizational decision by the Falcons. Now, they're going to spin this, and this is what's annoying about the Falcons and their PR staff. They're going to spin this as if this is the plan we had all along. This is the plan that when, Kirk Cousins either got hurt or didn't play well or got too old, we were going to have Penix come in. And guess what? The new plan is now we're going to keep Kirk Cousins as a backup. So if Michael Penix gets hurt, we told you so. We were right for keeping him on the roster. We were smart for keeping him here. No, this whole thing has been an abject disaster.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live, your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Steelers' interest in Aaron Rodgers as a joke. Your boy went off about the entire situation and why it taken so long to forget him. Terry Bradshaw getting involved.
Yeah, and saying basically, what are you bringing him in for 1 year? All of this drama for 1 year at this guy, where he is now in his career is he's washed.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Mafia not agreeing with anything I just said in the break at all. Not 1%. Not even one. Not even. I was telling, and Joe's like, that is something to think about. Mafia's like, screw you, you're wrong. And I'm like, okay. Shea Gilgeous talks about how close and special this Thunder team is. Now, the key to this is Joe just said there's no teams that are like this team anymore. They're all old and stubborn and coaches, and they lose. They don't get it done. And then you got this young team that has been built for a championship from the ground up, and they are loaded. The cupboard is loaded. They have more picks than anybody in the league, except maybe Danny Ainge. Is that it? Like, these two teams have more juice to draft with and more star players and more young players under the age of 25 than any team that I can remember for like 20 years. I think they're a dynasty waiting to happen. I think they're going to win this thing. And I'm not even like worried about it at all, to be honest with you. If the Pacers beat them, I will keel over because that's how good they are. Here's Shea Gilgeous.
Yeah, we've been as close as you can be as a basketball team. Guys are connected at the hip everywhere we go. We do everything together on and off the court. But above all, we all prioritize winning and enjoy each other's company. And I think it's organic, so I don't think it's anything forced. It's just who we are and the personnel in this basketball team. And even the guys that have come into the fold have been team first guys and guys that are easy to get along with. So I think it's just organically happened that way. Something I don't take for granted. You never know how many times you get to play for a team like this, especially when basketball becomes a business and not just a kid running around. So yeah, it's special, and you try to cherish these moments no matter what's going on, wins or losses, or you try to just embrace the journey, embrace the opportunity.
So I did it twice. I did it with the Steelers in 87 and 90. I traveled with them and went to all the games and was on the plane and the whole deal. And they were all business. And then I did it with the Thrashers when I did the play-by-play for the Thrashers. And that was what he just said. It was fake. It was contrived. So like we were all supposed to be buddies and go out and hang together. And there was absolutely none of that because it was an expansion team and it was a bunch of hacks and a bunch of old washed players. Let's just face facts. Like I love Ray Ferraro, but he was washed when the Thrashers got him. I mean, he was finished. And they had Kelly Bookberger and all these bums that, like, let's just face facts. They were terrible. It was over. Their careers were over. They were awful. They lost 57 games. And so the rule was that I was not allowed to go out with players. They had a stiff rule. Ted Turner, the whole deal. There was no going out with the players. So here's what I did. One night I went out with Moose Johnson. We ended up coming home at 7 a.m. We were late for the team bus and we were both covered in vomit. The second night I was not allowed to go out with players. I went out with the goalie. I won't name names, but he got his Porsche stolen when we were in Buckhead. Let's just say it was 3 or 4 in the morning when we were standing naked on the side of the road without the car. And I just wanted to say, like, not allowed to is not part of my vernacular. I'm just like, no, not allowed. No, you cannot. You will not. You will not. There will be no. Yes, there will. The more you tell me no, the more I do it. So they said, you're not allowed to hang with players. They used to tell me I couldn't go out with players. I was at strip clubs with players. They told me I couldn't go out to dinner with them. I was eating steaks. Oops. The coaches were afraid of me. No wonder they fired me after 1 year. I wasn't having it. I don't believe in rules and such. What are rules? You know what I did in Miami? I went to Scarlett's. Rules, QAM. Ferrall, you are not going to say that on the air. I said I slept with Dan Marino's sister the first day I was on the air. I'm the devil. No, we are not allowed to hang out with players. We hang together at the hip.
Hey, listen,
tell me I'm wrong,
if that's what it takes. But I think, Scotty, what you're getting there too is that's the byproduct of having a bunch of 24-year-olds and 25-year-olds on a team. Where is that? I can promise you, if you were in the broadcast booth there following OKC, they probably wouldn't have made it to the finals. 2 guys would have been arrested. It would have been a growing experience, Scotty. You'd have been attached at the hip to them.
It would have been fun.
They didn't have that. So what else is there to do besides, I don't know, let's just play baseball and hang out at the Hilton. Okay. Go ahead, enjoy yourself.
I remember doing the Panthers game once. We got there on a Thursday night. The game was Saturday. They couldn't find me until Saturday. They were like, where is he? No one can find him. He's not in his room. I was on a bender with my buddy.
Two of the players, but that's all right.
3 days. I showed up at the rink.
That's what they needed.
Are we in the air?
Make them a little more
live, actually. This is done it all today. You got it. Stop. Oh, okay. Let's talk about the odds for the finals. There appears to be stress in the TV truck. Here we go. Here's the odds. I cannot read that at all. But it looks at, I think Jay Gilgeous is on that list. I'm going to go Halliburton. And then it looks like it's Siakam. I mean, I'm doing my best. The fact that I got the top 3, Joe, is a big thing for me.
Yeah, and it looks like the odds are just so ridiculously in favor of SGA that it's really not even worth betting here. And why not? I mean, he's the MVP of the NBA, so why wouldn't he lead this team to a championship, which is what most people think he's going to do at this point?
Yeah, listen, I agree with that. I agree with that. What is J. Will's number? I like J. Will. I think he's a badass too. God forbid they give it to J. Will. I think it's already etched in stone. Yeah. You're right. Shai Gilgeous will win the MVP when they win the title.
Knicks really got past that playoff dragon for them that really stood in their way. So for the New York Knicks to be the Celtics and then an outright favorite to win the Eastern Conference Finals, that's where the disappointment is.
The goalposts got moved, right? Because when you went into the Celtics series, a lot of Knicks fans said they weren't going to beat it. I'll say this is more unprecedented than the 99 run when they were the 8th seed.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
No one is going to pick Indiana. No one's going to pick Indiana to make it close, honestly. Like, you could get tremendous odds if you pick OKC in 7.
I think that taking the series over 5.5 games, the last 2 NBA Finals series ended in 5. I think this one goes 6. I think the Thunder will get the job done, but I think the Pacers are just too strong of a team and too talented of a team and too deep of a team to lose in 5 or fewer games.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune in to Game Time Decisions weekdays on SportsGrid.
Just said that I'm the last guy in America that reads 2 newspapers a day. I actually am, and I am proud of it. I actually still like the smell of a newspaper in my hands and reading a newspaper 7 days a week. And I read 2 of them, and I think it helps me hopefully avoid early Alzheimer's. That's my goal. Anyway, Halliburton's plus 700, Siakam plus 1,600. Jay Will's 30-1. Holmgren is 80-1. Right? Am I about right with this? I think I am. Turner, Nebhard, Caruso, Naismith. They will not be winning the MVP, so we won't talk about it. Here's the coach of the Thunder, Dagno, talking about the way the team is looking at things heading into the finals.
You can see challenges as an opportunity or as a threat, and these guys do a great job of seeing challenges as opportunities. I think they enjoy competing. Competing is hard. It tests you, but you'd rather be competing this time of year than not. And so I think they keep that in perspective and just try to attack every hurdle and throw our best punch and see what happens.
I think this guy is really making a name for himself, what he's done in Oak City. Don't you, Joe?
It's got the hardest thing in the world is, you got the youngest team that we've seen in, forever actually make it to the finals. And not only did they make it to the finals, Scotty, they are one of the biggest finals favorites we have seen in a very, very long time. You don't know on day in and day out. You have any idea what you're going to get from 24 and 25-year-olds, Scotty? I mean, you got to give this guy all the credit in the world. He's limited the distractions. He's pushed all the right buttons. Not an easy thing to do with a bunch of 24 and 25-year-olds, for sure.
I got to be honest with you. I think they're young and stupid, and they're so talented that they don't realize that going all out every night is anything that they've done differently than when they were in high school and even in middle school. So from middle to high to college, they've gone all out. And then in the pros, they're young and they've gone all out every night, and they have this incredible team that's like one of the greatest teams ever. Let's face facts. When you win 68 games, you mean business. And then I think when they turn 32, 33, they're going to realize, oh, I never had to do this. I can be filthy rich and not hustle. That's what today's NBA is a bunch of guys between the ages of 33 and 39 that are lazy as F and that make so much G-damn money that they don't give an F and they never hustle. And then I hear about all this stuff. The only guy I've ever heard say that I still want to go in the gym every day and work and grind is Siakam. I don't hear anyone else. Yep. All I hear about is how LeBron James spends so much money on his body. And I'm so sick of hearing about him. I think he's the greatest player. Incredible. It's amazing. 22, 23 years. Unbelievable. Greatest guard. I just don't care anymore about him. I don't care anymore to hear about his life. I don't. Yep. I know he's not winning anymore. And I know this. These young guys would roast their ass. They would roast their ass. I've been hearing about Fat Luka and LeBron. Oh, God, it's the greatest assemblage of talent in the history. And then if they played this team, it would have been a sweep. That's how good they are. So I think they're too dumb to realize at this young age how they're kicking everyone's ass and how easy it is because they work so hard and hustle so hard, and they're not 33 yet and lazy like the rest of the NBA, who does nothing. They don't work at all. All they do is stay in Four Seasons and Ritz-Carltons, fly in fancy corporate jets, and drink Veuve Clicquot and have 5 lovers. I mean, let's stop with all this other nonsense. That's exactly what happens in the NBA. Here's the Game 1 odds. Game 1. Oof. Here they are. Who do you like with that fat number, Joe?
Yeah, I like OKC to do what they've done here, Scotty, and that's they usually come out swinging at home. It's one of the best home courts in the NBA for one of the smallest markets in the NBA. They sell out every night. Fans are rowdy. They don't let the other team's fans buy tickets. This place is going to be over the top, and it's probably going to be not even remotely close after game 1 there, Scott.
We'll come back and talk to Coach Young about Thibodeau, about the finals, about game 1, about the series odds, about everything. And I'm sure he'll load me up with his plays for the WNBA tonight. You get it all with Coach Young. We'll be back with Joe Ranieri coming up.
No, we're
Have
not.
some fun?
No, if the Knicks are losing, I'm gonna be miserable.
Be fine.
I'm gonna be miserable. Really? You know what? I'm saying Knicks are winning tomorrow.
Oh,
fuck it. Here we go. Knicks are winning tomorrow. See that guy? No, that's the wrong guy. See that guy? See him? Over his assist prop. Jalen Brunson. He's going over his assist prop.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Heard yesterday that he's got no shot to win the Cy Young because it's going to Skubal again. Skubal's winning the Cy Young. No shot for free.
They're both terrific. They both have incredible numbers and credentials and stats and strikeouts and ERA and everything, like every single category. Fried is right there with him.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Like, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces of the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight Only on SportsGrid.